me being on camera right now.
What's the cat thing?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It is All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show. This is a show that is meant to teach and help, and the opinions expressed on the show are not that of Smiteworks USA, LLC, DBF, DBQ, none of that, DM's Guild, none of that. It's just us. And we got a last minute thing tonight. Normally we're not on camera, so everybody who's watching this is freaking out now, because normally we have the Fantasy Grounds desktop up and we're doing something there. But I asked someone to come on the show, and they said, sure, I'll come on the show. And I was like, how about now? This is like 10 minutes ago. And they go, yeah, I gotta come on right now. So we didn't really plan this, but let me introduce my co-host, and then we'll introduce our special guest. Who are these people, Marmusman? Mr. Drake Takes, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing pretty good. It's a nice Sunday evening down in Florida. I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Cool. And Furied Fate's Cat, how are you?
I love you, man.
I'm not letting him sleep through this because I'm not asleep. But other than that, we're doing great.
Cool. Oh, there's a pet. Everybody gets a pet. The Garvster, thank you for resubbing to the channel. And our special guest is Mr. Bryce Loves Gaming. Thanks for coming to the show, and how are you?
I am great.
We're glad you're here. So, I wanted to get you on the show specifically because you are now sort of a part of the Smiteworks Fantasy Grounds universe.
I mean, saying sort of makes it sound like I'm unimportant.
Did I say sort of?
Absolutely true.
I completely need to check that. Not sort of. You are. I'm just paranoid because I was once a member of the social media team, and they gave me about 14 different speeches about how not to say I was part of the company, and that I wasn't an employee, and I didn't work for them.
I love you, man.
So I'm super paranoid about giving people.
Oh yeah, no, I am. In fact, I am a Smiteworks employee.
Nice.
I'm one of 3 customer service people over there, as well as the streaming.
Oh, I did not know that you were in the customer service department. Well, that's great. So, for those of you that don't know, and shame on you if you don't, Bryce is also the host of the Friday show that David Middleton used to do. You know, David passed away. We all miss David, but Bryce is kind enough to have jumped into that spot as well. Let's bitch to him. Yeah, he's in customer service. But Bryce, why don't you let everyone know like what your background is, how you got into gaming, how you came to be involved with Fantasy Grounds, and then how you got into all that.
All right. Where do you want me to start?
Start from infancy. Start in 1995.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happened in 1995. So I guess if you really want a full history of my experience and stuff with TTRPGs. I started when I was 10 years old with the Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition box set that my dad had. So he kind of showed me how to play D&D with the 2nd edition box set. That old one with the big red dragon on it that came with the CD with all kinds of cheesy stuff. I love that box set. It's still my favorite box set of all time. They've never topped it. And then I kind of fell off, D&D for a while, but I got back into it. I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. And then over the past 3 years, I've been streaming it personally using Fantasy Grounds, and that's kind of how I got involved with Smiteworks.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So that happened really fast. I've been streaming D&D on Twitch for since 2015, and they don't want anything to do with me, to be quite honest. So, I mean, I have the products. I have a little cottage industry that I created that they were very supportive of, and with the coatings and all that stuff. They and I've met Doug and John and talked to them personally, so they know who I am. And I worked with the company for whatever that was, 2.5 years as their social media, one of their social media guys that Bell does now. There were initially 4 of us, then there were 3 of us. And then they wanted to consolidate that position, so they went out and they told us we could apply for the job, and I'm like, yeah, no thanks, because it wasn't a job, but then they were making a job, so then Belle got it, she's a great choice for that.
Yeah.
I got to get her on the show again too. I don't know if has she been on the show? I've talked to her so
no.
much. I can't keep track of who I've talked to just on Discord or who's been on the show. So, tell us a little bit about the streaming with the games. Like you're doing a game for on the Fantasy Grounds Twitch channel.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was kind of like the one thing that I wanted to bring to Fantasy Grounds' Twitch was a lot of the other virtual tabletops on their channels. They do a lot of actual play shows, and it kind of helps show like how the program works and what an actual game would look like. So that was kind of my big thing. And Fabled Dice, which is the name of the show, it runs every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. There's a little plug for you.
Nice.
It was my personal home game that has been running, and home stream. It had been running for basically most of last year. And then we just kind of transitioned it over to be an official show. We're also thinking about starting up one or two more as well on top of that.
Yeah, that's really cool. I told Doug about 5 years ago that my idea was that they should find people to do shows 24/7. There should be something on that channel all the time. And he, just never happened, but I'm glad to see that. And they would periodically do shows, and I think David was running games, and then there's Fury. Well, Fury's got her cat ears on. But yeah, I think it would be great for people on Twitch, whether they're in Europe or United States or all over the world, to 24/7 go, oh, there's what's this? I think that would be really great for them.
Yeah, at least something every day.
Yeah.
If we can't do 24/7, at least something every day. I would really like to achieve that. I don't know if it's going to happen or if it's going to happen soon, but
it's a nice goal, though. I love it.
Yeah.
And then you also do the Friday show that's been going. That's been going for like 5 or 6 years, I think.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
As long as I did my math right when I took back over, we just had episode 193.
Okay, so that's like almost 4 years, I think. Yeah. And then if they ever skipped any, I don't know that they did. Sometimes
yeah, give or take.
Yeah, so that's cool. This,
obviously there actually was like 3 or 4 weeks before I came on where there was nothing.
Yeah. I think this episode of our show is 191. So there when we started this show, we were doing it Tuesdays and Sundays. We did that for like 4 months or something, and then we were like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Anyway, so being the Friday host and streaming officially on Fantasy Grounds Twitch, and being a customer service person as well, what are some things that just come to the top of your head that you might like to impart to the audience live now or on YouTube later? Things that maybe people don't know, or like little tips maybe you can help them with, or anything that you can think of.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody, he did not know he was coming on the show, so
I did not.
None of this is prepared. You got to give the guy a break.
10 minutes, like not even 10 minutes ago, actually.
Yeah.
The span of you asking me to being on camera was like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, anything you can think of. And by the way, guys, if you're watching the show, if you have questions, do the normal thing. Type question in all caps and a colon, and then put your question, and we'll have Bryce.
Yeah, so I guess like the big thing is, I guess like if you're talking specifically customer service, check your spam folder. We get a ton of questions about how do it says that my account wasn't registered. How do I do that? Check your spam folder. The email might have gone there.
Yeah. That's a good life note for anything.
Just for anything in general. Just make sure you periodically check it.
Yeah, if you own an email account and something isn't there that you think should be there,
check your spam folder.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know that there are certain emails, I think Yahoo and Hotmail, some of the older emails have the automated email service we use listed as spam. So if you're on one of
AOL's
those,
good
it goes
for that,
there.
too.
Yeah, AOL does it.
AOL's
Oh
horrible.
boy.
It just automatically throws SmiteWorks emails into the spam, even
when
though
my
it's not.
emails go to them, it goes geek spam.
You mean it's a fax? Is that was a fax machine?
Don't you remember that dial-up AOL?
He's calling us old. Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, some of us are old.
You've
Well,
got
no,
mail.
no, it's not that we're old. It's he's very young.
Well,
That's what I'm gonna say. He's very young.
that's all right. Young people are supposed to be doing stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anybody under 30 is young to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, anybody under 45 is young to me. But you know,
That's
it's
fair.
so funny.
That's fair. I'll take it.
I had gray hair when I was 18, so I've always just been old. I've just been old my whole entire life. People always thought I was much older.
I haven't got old yet.
No, you're not old. What's funny is you go to the movie theater though, and the kid behind the counter goes, "You know, this is when I was like 42. You know, sir, Senior's Day is Wednesday, and you want to get mad, but then instead, what you do is, what day are you working? What days do you work here? I'll come back and get the cheap ticket from you." Yeah. Well, we're all young now. Get off my lawn. Yeah, all you need is black socks and sandals, Knopfman, and you can go out in your front yard with your garden hose in there. I don't even own a garden hose myself.
So Bryce,
ahead.
are you running any of Rob's extensions?
Oh, that's actually a great question. I am running quite a few of them.
Yes, he told me already a couple of weeks. I think on Twitter maybe you said I'm using these. You know.
Yeah, basically like half of the posts when you like reshare one of them, I'm like, nope, I use that one.
Yeah.
So I can go look and get an exact count of which ones I use, but I use quite a few.
Yeah. Well, that's
If
awesome.
you had to name one that you use the most.
I cannot name a single one, but the ones that get used the most are Diablo Bob's Critically Awesome Essentials is like my big one. That's probably and DM's Tools. Those two are my favorite.
The number one seller that we have amongst all of our 400 and some titles is that Critically Awesome Essentials. It just hit Mithril on DM's Guild. It's crazy.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Mithril.
Because for those of you that don't know, first of all, how dare you? But Diablo Bob's Critically Awesome Essentials does many things, but its main function is, well, it's not even its main function. Its most popular function is if you're a druid, you can make one click only, and it changes all the stats on your character sheet to the beast form, changes the token in the combat tracker and on the map, and basically makes it so that you never have to use a stat block or make another version of yourself. It just changes you into that beast form, and then when you either take enough damage or voluntarily shift out, it changes it all back. It's pretty amazing.
It is
Like
incredible.
magic.
Unfortunately, I haven't gotten much use out of one-click druid because every time we have a druid in my party, something weird goes wrong, and then they quit the game.
Well, that's any
Every
D&D.
time.
That's any D&D party I've ever been in. Someone just quits halfway through the game.
I get that. I don't get why it's always the druid. It's always the druid for me.
Let's analyze that. Maybe it's the type of personality of a person who likes to play a druid.
I don't know, but it's gotten to the point where I'm
playing
considering
a druid on my Saturday games. I haven't quit and flaked out.
That's great. But if you came onto my show as a druid, I guarantee you'd be like, no, I'm done.
Something would happen. You would have to work that
There's something
night.
wrong with the atmosphere of this show.
I don't know what
Or
it
you
is. It's
intimidate
something about.
people.
It's something. We only got 4 players.
Well,
I guess.
druids. What are you gonna do?
You're
Druids.
running
So
5e,
it's become a
right?
running joke for me and my party is that like don't play a druid because you won't be able to continue playing.
Yeah, you only go through 2 weeks and it's over.
Yep.
I had art made up for my next campaign, so I'm like, everyone's going to be a clone if you die. I'm not redoing the art.
That's the worst because I typically, since it's my show, I typically pay for our art. So it does suck when someone's then like, no, I can't make it.
Ah.
And I'm like, cool, I just spent a bunch of money on character art for you. And you said, like, up front, like, yeah, I'll be able to be there most of the weeks.
Yeah, it's tough to put together
It is. I totally understand that.
Because if like most of the people that I play with now are people that I've played with for years, and so I know them and we become friends. But when you get a brand new person in an online game, it's really easy for that person to quit or and there's no consequences. They live in some faraway place and you're never going to talk to them again, so they don't have to whereas if you're at your kitchen table at your house and somebody quits, you have to do that. You have to like balls up and do it face to face and be like, yeah, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
But
it's hard to get a group together sometimes that's solid. It took a while of trimming and pruning, and I get stuck with Rob and Bob and Medicare, all those guys.
Yeah, and I'm only in the Friday and Saturday. I used to be in like 10 D&D 5e games a week. 8 of them were on stream.
Aren't you like in 3? Oh wait, no, one of them is Gloomhaven that you play on Wednesday.
Right, and you used to have 5e pickup games, but that's not a thing anymore. So yeah, right now I'm only in two games, and it used to be 5 years ago it was 10. And David Middleton himself is the one that told me, dude, you're gonna burn out, trust me. And I'm like, no, it's fine. And then I tapered off. I went down and I was in like 5 a week, and then it was 4, and then it was 3, now it's 2. Pretty soon it'll be 0 one day. One day it'll be 0. But I'm having fun doing Fridays and Saturdays, so.
Yeah, I currently only have the one.
Back to being a DM.
I always feel bad when people are like, oh, how many games do you run? You probably play a lot now that you work for them. And I'm like, no, I get 1.
Yeah.
I want to do more, but that's all I got right now.
And that was as you said, that was your personal game that you were doing. You just transitioned it over, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Fury,
I'm doing 5 a week still.
Drake's in 5. Fury, you're in at least 3, right? Or is it just 2?
No, just 2.
Okay.
It used to be like 5 a week, which was awesome, but then people.
Yeah, people. Yeah.
People. I'm just gonna blame people, not me. Other people.
Other people.
It's always other people.
It's always other people. It's never me. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfect. I'm always ready to play.
Mm-hmm. Well, what else? Nobody has any questions? I can't believe people aren't asking questions. Normally we have.
Nobody knows who I am. I just started.
Well, this is like the perfect time for everybody to ask questions. They should ask any question, except whatever you don't want to answer.
I have a question, Bryce. What part of the world are you in?
Oh, the States. What more do you want?
The States.
No, I'm in Utah. I'm in Utah.
Oh, Utah. I've been to Utah. I've been to Utah many times.
Yeah, it's okay.
Have you always been there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And for those of you that are wanting to know Bryce's age, he is 12. He's 12 years old.
Yep.
He was born in 2010, and he's
still pretty accomplished for a 12-year-old, actually.
He'll be 12 in May. He's not quite 12 yet. Anyway,
he'll be a pretty accomplished 12-year-old.
That's right. With a Pac-Man machine back there, that's an accomplishment just by itself, having one of those.
Well, you can't see the Rampage one next to it.
Oh, and are those those are the 3/4 size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you can buy it, like you can just get them at the store, like Walmart or whatever.
Yeah, they're really high quality, except for the Rampage machine. Don't buy it.
I never played so I was a big video gamer, but I didn't play Rampage. I mean, I have played it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't big into it, probably because...
Yeah, that was one of my favorite arcade titles is Rampage, but it also had Gauntlet, which is one of my other favorites.
Ooh, Gauntlet.
And Gauntlet was honestly why I bought it. The screen broke.
Oh my god. And
when I tried to ask them hey, how can I fix this? They're like, well, you're outside of the warranty, so you could buy a new screen, but we're sold out of screens.
Yeah, great. How long was the warranty? 1 year?
For this
90 days.
No, I think it was longer than maybe. Yeah, I think it wasn't very long.
Yeah. And that's the thing about, the older you get, when you get to be my age, you'll learn that whatever you buy that has a warranty, one day after that warranty is when that shit's going to break, almost guaranteed.
Yep.
It happens all the time.
That's why you buy the extended warranty.
The extended warranty is a scam. That's a scam.
And then
What?
it'll just wait
I've had
until one
4
day
of
after
those.
the extended warranty.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That all you're doing is prolonging the inevitable.
Then I've got no room to talk about the extended warranty on this microphone.
Oh, I never thought to do that on this. Well, my I don't have I just have a black a Yeti black or whatever.
I just bought this, and I was like, I'm spending $400 on this. I should. What if it breaks? And like,
well, that's the thing. If you are buying something that's expensive like that you actually do use every day, then maybe you should, But
$400 for a microphone?
yeah, it's a good one.
They're expensive, and this is a really good microphone. $400 is cheap for a microphone that's like really high quality.
Yeah. And that's why I don't have that many followers, is because I've never gone the route of the really expensive microphone.
It has nothing to do with it.
Oh,
I know
it doesn't?
tons of people with tons of followers who have just the crappiest setups.
Oh, like me,
It's very weird. It's very weird.
Maybe I'm just being, if I'm honest with myself, the reason I don't have that many followers is because I'm a huge ass that nobody really likes. That's probably
The only reason I stream is because it's just one other button next to record. That's the only reason I stream, is I'm like, I wanted to record my game, so why not stream?
Yeah,
so,
why not? Well, and it's funny because people ask me how I got started in streaming, and I literally just went to Twitch and open broadcast software, okay, and I download, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just push a button and figure it out. And 6 years later, it's still the same. I just don't know what I'm doing. It's just all smoke and mirrors and luck.
I really like the idea that Drake like doesn't even realize you're streaming. You just accidentally hit the stream button every day instead of the start recording.
Someone started typing to you in the chat, and you're like, "Oh, you can see this?" Oh.
You're like in the drying yourself off. Well, hold on a second, guys. I'll be right there.
Yeah.
No idea. You're on camera.
Let's see. What else? What else?
I guess speaking of extensions, the one that I just got was automatic sneak attack because
Nice.
I have a rogue in the current stream, and they have hated playing a rogue because they always forget sneak attack.
Yeah, now you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, so I went and grabbed that one and the turn-based effects to go with it, and immediately now they love playing a rogue.
Yeah.
That's a very common rogue problem. The game I'm in on Saturday, she's constantly forgetting her sneak attack, but she's also a swashbuckler, so she forgets the ruling on that.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah, does the extension?
It does account. Yes, it does account for swashbuckler. Yes.
That's good. Now I just need to talk to the DM and be like, hey, just to save us the trouble of reminding her, can you just add that extension? And
just buy it. Just buy it for her.
It's like 50 cents. I don't know what the price is, but it's not that much.
I find the one I use probably the most often is ID All. I use that like 5 times a session. Make sure everything's in the
so you don't have
party sheets identified. Yeah,
you don't have to do it one by one. Yeah, that's good.
I actually haven't used that one yet. Maybe I should.
Well, it doesn't.
I don't really give them that many magic items anyway, though.
Because you're stingy.
Yeah, but the problem is when they take it out of the party sheet and put it on their character sheet, it's like in a La La Land now. You're like,
yeah,
okay,
it's called stick. The magic wand of magic missiles is called like stick, and then you don't know what it is.
Yeah, you're like scrolling through.
A lot of Team 2e extensions that were created in the last 2 or 3 years were mostly stuff like we're playing, and it's like, God, I wish we come. How come we can't? And then somebody will go, give me 20 minutes, and they go write it. But and a lot of them, I'd say 50 or 60% of the ones that came out in the last year and a half are all Drake's idea. He didn't do them.
And I have no idea how to make an extension at all.
I don't either. I sell it.
Come up with good ideas.
My thing is the codings, right? That's what I did. But as far as extensions go, I only made one extension, and we did it live on stream on this show, and I had 2 people basically coaching me through it. And it was the one that
XP one, right?
The XP one, the one that tells you, oh, your character has enough XP to level up now, and it also locks out players from being able to change their XP, which is awesome.
Oh, hey, I grabbed that one too.
Yeah, because that's a nice one.
I figured that was one of those that I agree with your like it's something that we wish it did, because that's one of those that I always wondered why like wasn't just built into Fantasy Grounds.
Sometimes they do. Like just this week when they updated, they built in skip turn.
Yeah.
That used to not be in there, and so they built that in there. And
yeah, but that was one that I was like, you have the chart of XP.
Yeah. But
just
why
added
doesn't
into the software, but they didn't.
Hi, Diablo Bob.
5th edition rule set.
Hey, what's up, Diablo Bob? Yeah, and that's the cool thing too, is that you used to have to go to the player's handbook. If you didn't have it memorized, you'd have to go to the player's handbook and look, what's the next level?
And then what I did every time they leveled up.
Yep. Now it puts it in there for you. It just adds it in, so you don't have to look. You don't have to look.
But now y'all need to add on to that extension for anything past level 20.
Oh,
for that very, very rare instance.
I think we did go to 30. I think we did.
No?
Okay.
Well, I mean, not since we finished Joe's game, because I was like level 21.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was the only 5e D&D game I've ever been in that we actually made it to level 20. And I didn't even make it. I only made it to 19 because I died 6 times.
According to your DM's Guild page, it does say that there's an option to go up to level 30.
Yeah, and Diablo Bob is confirming
he probably didn't have the thing on.
You have to go in the options and turn it on. So
that's fine. And I mean, as much as I love Joe as a DM, sometimes he just fuck it. I don't care. I don't want to deal with it. Which I understand now. I totally understand.
Well, when you DM something for 3.5 fucking years, yeah. Diablo Bob says you have to set it in the options for epic levels. So, Diablo Bob, you must have just got here. We were talking about Critically Awesome Essentials. That's the bomb. That's what everyone loves.
Well, we were talking about him, and so his ears were...
Yeah, I was going to say,
I gotta go online.
His Diablo Bob senses started tingling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're talking about me, I got to get in there now.
He's got Bobby sense.
His coding nerves.
Yeah, well,
coded it.
I coded it. I coded it, right.
Doesn't mean he remembers it.
No, but this is the one that he and Matakiri were walking me through how to do it. Like, they were saying, now add this.
Again, like I said, just because you were there doesn't mean you remember it.
No, right.
See,
correct.
Bryce can't watch our show on Saturday because he's running his game on Saturday, so we can't watch his show.
No, but we've cross-rated, I think, on Saturdays, at least once or twice.
Yeah.
Because I always forget. I'm so done with streaming. When the show's over, it's like I want to just turn off everything and go to bed. I always forget to raid people, but I'm
trying to make it part of my routine.
Yeah, I got to train myself to look and see if Fantasy Grounds is still broadcasting.
By the way, Diablo Bob's correcting you because you were there. It was him and Celestian.
It was Celestian, yes. Moskin Fox, question: has 5e Inanimate Manager been showcased yet?
No.
No. We can do that next week.
Put it down on the spreadsheet.
As a matter of fact, I'll go put it on the spreadsheet right now, live. I don't know how to.
You don't need to change your screen. Don't worry about changing the screen. Just put it on there.
Well, but I
Bryce,
need to.
Did you look at Level Up yet?
Level up.
Level Up.
Who's leveling up?
He's looking at me like Rob did. What's Level Up? It's the new extension for 5e. It's basically 5.5 or advanced 5th edition.
Oh, yes.
That shit you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, Level Up. What's the website? I just had it up. It's maybe here. I'll show it to everybody. Level Up. Level Up. It's levelup5e.com, and it actually we discovered it is in the Fantasy Grounds store. It's already there. Yep. So it came out March 1st or 2nd, and they have the Adventurer's Guide and the Monstrous Menagerie. So it's there, everybody. Drake was asking me.
Monsters.
Is it what?
I'm gonna have to go grab this and start reading through it.
Yeah, Drake was asking me, "Am I gonna get it?" And I was like, "Why would I?" And then because I didn't think it was in Fantasy Grounds, and I know I don't buy hardbacks, and even though I'm obsessed with getting everything on D&D Beyond, I still have to buy all that stuff. But I always buy Fantasy Grounds WotC material, but that's, it's not WotC, it's third party. Is it N-World? Is that who does it, Malcolm?
Yeah, that's Malcolm's thing.
So,
what's a dragon?
Yeah, so $28 per module in the Smiteworks store.
We can also show that off.
Yeah, I mean, if I bought those, we could show it off, but I don't. I'll have to look. I'll have to see.
I'm gonna buy them.
It's worth it.
So Drake, what we were talking about,
them,
what we were talking about me doing before the show that I do not want to mention on air. You let me know when you buy them if I need to look at that.
Oh, we can discuss that easily without purchasing anything. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. What else, everybody? You guys don't have questions in the chat? Come on now, don't let me down. Ask questions. Ask anything. You don't have to ask.
Anything.
We always do this.
Is new.
Yeah, and but most of the people that watch the show are the same. It's the same 20 people that always watch. And on live on YouTube we get a lot more viewers, but they want to redeem Street Cam, so okay, fine. Street Cam. Let's see if I can redeem Street Cam here. Yeah, there we go. There's Street Cam, everybody. Oh, you know what? BitBoss doesn't work anymore. BitBoss is crashed and it's over, and I contacted them and they said, yeah, we're not supporting it. So no more BitBoss, everybody. I got to figure out something else. I Googled and I couldn't figure out what else we should do. And so if anybody has any ideas. I
used the one from Stream Elements, but it's hokey. It's hokey pokey.
What is it called?
Stream Boss or something.
Oh, is it? Okay. Question: are you wearing pants, Rob Toohey? My answer is going to be no. I'm not.
You should
but
say
I am.
Maybe.
Be Kind Rewind Blockbuster, which I got at Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon. In June of 21. Because I went there to support. It's the only Blockbuster.
I was gonna say, isn't that the last Blockbuster?
It is the last Blockbuster. I watched the documentary, and I was going to drive to LA anyway from Spokane, Washington, and Bend, Oregon, right on the way. So I stopped and went.
Did they have the little porno section in the back still?
I didn't see it. I didn't look for it though.
Ours in Utah never had those.
No, well, yeah, Utah.
Shocker.
Right, there
Rob,
was alcohol,
saw last
but
night
not.
one of the things that almost ready for testing. Oh yeah.
Well, Diablo Bob also asked earlier. He wants to ask Bryce to do some beta testing for him.
Beta testing. Don't do it. Don't do it, Bryce.
Don't do it.
Should I be afraid? Am I supposed to be afraid?
Well, what is it beta testing for? That's what
yeah,
that's
Bob has
cool
a product coming
cool
out
stuff.
soon. It's Map Maker or Map Label.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, yes.
And
Bryce said yes.
Bryce said yes.
It's public knowledge, public record now.
Blockbuster did have a back room at all. Yeah, some of them did.
Didn't.
It depended on the state. The one in Los Angeles.
I don't think mine did, but.
I made a personal time capsule in high school. I remember throwing a Blockbuster card in there because I was going to go to college and wouldn't need it. That's funny.
I was always more a fan. We had video out here.
There's also a Netflix documentary. It's about Netflix, but it talks about how Blockbuster was moved to the online space, and then Netflix offered to buy their customer base, and then they said no, and then they crushed them. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Napster?
Napster. That guy.
Oh, God. Someone berated me for actually buying music, because I like to buy CDs still and actually own, physical copies of CDs. And someone was like, you do that? You pay for your own music? I'm like, well, why not? It's supporting the artist.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the answer, a good response to that is, well, do you subscribe to Spotify or whatever service? Because you're paying for music too if you're subscribing.
Yeah.
Sure, I didn't think about that. That's a clever argument.
I do that too, though. I still buy CDs if it's a band that I really like or an artist I really like.
There's
I've
a
been getting
big
into vinyl lately. Like I
I
want to
don't
buy
think I
vinyl
have a
records
3D
vinyl.
player.
of bands I like.
There's also a big subset of people that swear by physical media regarding like movies, like DVDs and I almost said beta. What am I trying to say? Blu-ray. Because you can stream almost anything, and they go, oh no, but if you put it in, if you get the Blu-ray, the picture quality, they swear by it. So. Meanwhile, I'm trying to sell all that stuff.
Maybe if the argument is specifically Blu-ray, but if the argument is DVD, I'm sorry, that stream is going to be way higher quality.
Yeah, it is now.
Wait,
Yeah.
I gotta get up and go over to the machine now. No.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I've got 222 active auctions on eBay right at this moment that are that are all expiring in 25 minutes, but they'll be relisted.
That's a good question, Bob.
Wait, new reference manual?
Can you do
Yeah.
There's a reference manual builder now.
I've been using it to build my next campaign.
Oh, good idea. Let's go.
I didn't know that.
Let's go.
Then again, I don't actually look through all the source books. I'm like, I'm just here to play and kill shit. That's all I do on Fantasy Grounds.
I've never used it, so I can't.
You're
I can't help
DMing
you
a
out.
little now, so. I've been using it to build. I get some complaints, but I've been using it to build my next campaign that's coming up. Actually, faster than I wanted to. It's after my Tuesday game ends, and they're like at the last. They're in the last couple of rooms and stuff.
Are you dragging your feet on that to make the new campaign?
Oh, I've been working on it for about 6 months, but it's still like I need more content. You know, when it's totally homebrew, it's like yeah. So I got a whole bunch of maps and stuff collected, but I want it to be one of those campaigns that I build with the players. You know, let them kind of develop the world. As small as the world is, I've limited it to Waterdeep.
You know what you can do? You can do that, and then you can go create a Kickstarter for $500 and get a bunch of people to join it and rip them all off. That's one thing you gotta do.
No, we're not talking
and
about
then
that anymore.
and then in my online gaming forever.
Yeah, and end your whole career for getting $11,000. Yeah, I don't know, Bryce. There was
right.
It's the whole story. There was a guy.
There was a guy.
I think I've heard this story. I think I've heard this one.
Yeah.
At least I got something out of it.
The sad thing is
8 or 9
the story
games?
has repeated so many times, though. You could be talking about like 100 different people.
Yeah.
That's very common. But yeah,
it's very sad how many like Kickstarters are just total scams.
Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the
cheerbits. Diablo Bob, cheerbits. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how this particular guy had he'd been in the industry for some 20 years. He wrote for professional, third-party professional stuff, and he had quite the opportunity to sort of get back in and make a big name for himself, and he chose to like fuck everybody for $11,000. It was really sad. And I mean,
that's not that much money.
If you're gonna steal $1 million, not $11,000.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to tank my career to scam a bunch of people, which I'm not gonna do,
retirement money.
But if I was, yeah, it better be enough that I never have to do anything ever again.
Exactly. And $11,000 is not going to be that amount of money for anybody, right?
No, that's going to last you what, like
a few months, maybe.
A few months.
Yeah.
If even that, depending on like.
And he had a wife and 3 kids, or at least 3 kids. I don't remember how many kids he had.
Yeah, it's going to last him like a month.
Yeah. So yeah, but so far that's the only I've done like 65 Kickstarters, and that's the only one that's been like a non-thing, right?
I mean, there are a lot of great Kickstarters. I don't want people to think that I'm anti-Kickstarter. That's not my stance on that.
Right.
But there has been a large number of fake ones too.
Yeah.
Which is the sad part.
Yeah.
I'm anti. Don't be a dick. That's what I am.
That's you know what? I agree with that. I'm gonna second that.
Anti.
I mean,
don't
come
be a
on,
dick.
people. It's a society here. We gotta live together, huh? Don't take my shit.
Boffrin says his out number is 100 million. Come on, man.
Okay, that's a little crazy. I would probably sell my soul for less.
I'm out. 100 million.
Depends on how much you spend on Napster every month. That's good stuff.
Not like Diablo Bob's 11K isn't even a new car. That's
true.
It's barely a used car.
What would my outnumber be? I think my outnumber would have to be at least $5 million.
It would be quite a few million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to live very.
Because I'd want to be able to live my current lifestyle, but also buy like another house or apartment in another city, so that I could have, it could be like a snowbird or something, whatever. I don't know. I don't even
Change
know
your name.
I can barely
Change your name and go black, market D&D gaming. You're like sleeping in the back door.
Yeah.
My name's Tom.
My name is Anna, and you're
I'm here
very
to play
poor.
D&D
Your
with
clothes
you.
look poor.
Can't wait to go back and watching that.
Question: has Bryce ever published his own spooky one-shot adventure, like for Halloween time?
That is a great question, and the answer is no.
Question I've never asked before.
That's because Diablo Bob's actually been following my stream for a while now, so we're very familiar. But he's asking specifically because when I'm not doing this or working for Smiteworks, I volunteer help run a haunted attraction.
Oh, now what's that? A haunted attraction?
Yeah, like a haunted house.
Like physically?
Yeah.
In
Is
Utah?
it an actual house or is it like something else?
It's
well,
a
when you
hospital,
said
actually.
attraction, I thought it was like a folding chair.
It's a hospital in
great.
Utah.
Ooh.
That's even better.
I smell a road trip coming on.
Hold on. Yes, medical hospital or psychiatric hospital?
Well, it was a medical hospital, but our name is Asylum 49 to kind of play off of the psychiatric. But it's honestly like caused some headache because now everyone now the local legend for everyone in Utah is that it was a psych ward and
of course.
like all the patients went crazy and killed all the employees, and that's why it shut down, and none of that's true, but it's a very fun story.
Nice.
So what I'm hearing is that we're going to meet up at your house to do the private tour, the Fantasy Grounds special tour, right?
That's what you heard.
That's what I heard.
That's not what I said at all.
The cribs tour.
Fantasy Grounds Cribs, yeah.
Wait, Rob's already started it one.
Yeah,
There's
you already
there.
had one.
I've had 3.
Well, that's true. The dungeon, Denver and Dragon kind of things.
I did my own house in my old house when I built my studio, and then I did the one I did last week for here, and then Fury and I did one at an event where we were in Whistler, British Columbia, in this house that probably cost $15 million. I don't know how much that house cost, but it was insane.
I think it was like 3 or 4 million.
Is that it? Because like every room had an iPad on the wall. It was insane. It was
That's
insane.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I wish my house was that high tech.
We did one of our events where we've done this a few times. We've done this like 4 times where a bunch of Fantasy Grounds nerds get together at a really palatial, nice place that we all meet somewhere, and then we set up 18 laptops on the kitchen table and play Fantasy Grounds. Like that's what we did.
We did it at the Alpha Party. What are you talking about?
We did it at the Alpha Party in Orlando too. Yeah.
Hey, there were actual board games too, not just
That's
all
true.
laptops.
We did play board
There
games
was
as
board
well.
Yeah.
Well, no, not at the house we rented that I rented.
No, but we did at the other events.
In Canada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So we did it in we did it in Colorado twice. We did it in Canada, and then Drake and I were at one in Orlando, and then we were gonna do it in DC, but then COVID, so that got canceled. And then now there's talk about doing one in Spokane because I've now become one of these people that doesn't think he's ever gonna travel ever again, so people have to come to me.
Nice.
Land party, yeah, that's right, Bob.
There's a new pod travel. The pod gets delivered to the house, and you get in it. They seal you in, and then you get put on the plane. Would you do it?
Oh,
then?
you mean like that new show Endgame, where they put her in the pod and they flew her? Yeah, that's a good show.
Pod travel.
I would rather take the risk than get inside of a tiny pod.
Yeah, yes.
I'm just saying, I would rather
Brr.
take my chances dying than getting into a little tiny pod and being loaded on a plane.
That's
terrifying.
They give you like
the trash
oxygen
cans
and
that moves you
I'm
around.
just saying, I'm already afraid. I already have a fear of flying. That makes it worse.
Have you ever flown in an airplane before?
Yeah, I have. I just don't like it.
You don't like it, yeah. I don't
In
like
fact,
I don't
in
like
fact,
it either, but
I'm
not for
doing
the
it
reasons
again
of.
next week. So
Oh wow!
wish me luck.
My reasons for not liking it have nothing to do with going in the air and coming down. It's everything to do with I got fucking people next to me. No.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I definitely don't like that. Luckily, I've been really lucky where every time, for some reason, the person sitting next to me doesn't ever show up.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
No, I always
Concern,
go.
though?
I should,
always-
but like I like not having the people next to me way better than my concern of where they went.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck where they went?
Poor people.
Yeah. I used to travel for a living, and my favorite was every Monday I would fly to some city, and every Friday I would fly back, and I did that for 14 months.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
And my favorite was when I would always try to book flights that I knew would be low occupancy, and I would book the seat at the bulkhead in the back, and then there'd be nobody there. I'd just put the arms things up and lay down for the whole flight and sleep.
Nice.
Yeah, so I
Nice.
used to do that a lot.
It's the roughest ride though. It's back there, you're like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if
everybody
you're
sleep,
asleep,
though.
then
Yeah.
you know,
As long as you can get to sleep, you're fine.
right? And you know, all kinds of people do. They take Ambien or whatever the hell they do.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I can't take that. I'm not allowed. My
I'd be
biggest concern.
I'd be still sitting at the airport drooling somewhere. Where's my flight? Yeah.
Diablo Bob says his biggest concern is what the person sitting next to me ate for lunch.
That's a very big concern.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so much ate for lunch as did you wash your hands today? That's my biggest concern.
That is another big concern.
Like-
There's a lot of big concerns. I am mildly concerned about getting on a plane soon.
Yeah. Well, and much like most of our shows, Bryce, we start talking about Fantasy Grounds and devolve into airline hygiene. That's how most of our shows go.
That's a really weird little pipeline you got going on.
Yeah, that's how we do it. We don't give a fuck what we're talking about. But I don't necessarily want to end the show, but I just want to let you know we appreciate you coming on, and you know we value your time. So if you want to stop talking about nonsense and be on your way. you can
Speaking
absolutely
about
do that.
value, why don't you give away a prize, Rob?
Oh my God! Let's give away a prize.
Oh
I
yes,
forgot.
give away prizes. Everybody
Yes.
loves prizes.
Yeah, and Bryce, you can be eligible for this too. Let's do it. Here we go. Let me go in here to the thing.
Why don't you give away something that I have?
Yeah.
No, he's
No,
gonna give
you get to pick.
anything you want.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna do something I've never done
bundles.
before, everybody.
No bundles. Yeah, I pick everything.
Yeah.
Come on,
Oh,
then.
I've done that. Let's see. And then,
DB Cooper one shot.
so I'm going to start
Kimchi issues.
the keyword to type in the chat. Everybody is Bryce. So exclamation BRYCE. And what I will
it's a special.
do is I will give away anything on DM's Guild, and here's the part I've never done before, or the Forge. Anything that you want that we make, that Team 2E makes.
How many of your stuff is on the Forge?
So
now?
right now the Forge has 20. Here, hold on.
I know it's at least 20.
I hope it's 19 because we could just say no.
The Forge has 31 titles,
Oh.
and
Okay.
6 of those are. Wait a minute. 6 of those are Mad Nomad Gaming titles that he and I did years ago, but they're actually under his name. And then 1 is Bob's thing, so it's actually 30. So 24 under my name, and unfortunately the ones that Mad Nomad sell, I don't have the power to give those away. So it's only going to be. But I'll put the link where you guys can go look. As a matter of fact, I'll do that now. Let's go do
1
that.
in 12 chance you're gonna win. Yeah.
So here is the link of the items for sale on the Forge. And then I will also put the link where people can go and look at the stuff I have for sale on DM's Guild. So whoever I pick as a winner can take one of any of these items. No packages, please. All right, let's pick a winner. Where's the thing? It's here somewhere. Here it is, right here. All right. Only 12
And
people.
the winner
entered, really.
is.
Only 12 people in it. Okay, so the winner is BR Gemmet. Congrats.
Congratulations.
And as I am wont to do, I'm going to pick another winner. And yet another one. So Lady
God,
Kel
2
and
winners.
Kellawan. 3 winners. Kellawan, Lady Elkel, and BR Gemmet. All you guys have to do is pick out the lady. Pick out the items that you want. I have to pick out a lady I want, but you have to pick out the item you want and then PM me in Discord. And you guys know what to do. You send me. So here now I need to give you special instructions. If you're getting something from DM's Guild, I need your email. If you're getting something from the Forge, I don't need your email. I need your Fantasy Grounds forum name. So keep that in mind. I think almost everybody that I picked as a winner has won before, though, so they know.
Congratulations, all 3 of you.
Yes, congratulations. What else am I missing, Drake? I gave away prizes. What else do I have to do? Is that it? Oh,
You've had a booger hanging out of your nose since you got on stream.
That's not true.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That's slander.
It's now in my drink.
It's slander.
It's floating. Yeah, that's slander. All right. Any? I guess what? Huh?
Are you still running your game on Friday? Fury? DMing?
What? Oh, yeah. Yes, we are.
Nice.
We didn't. We didn't play
we
this.
We just had technical difficulties last Friday.
Yeah, we were down. We were down a
Friday.
player anyway, and there's only 3 players.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
hard.
We were down a
I
third.
don't like that.
And then we ran into some issues with. We fixed everything, but yeah, we had issues.
That's not like 5 because you could always run 4, but 5.
Yeah.
3 is hard.
Only
3
is
players is
yeah.
hard.
All right.
2 players
my
is
rule
damn
is
near
it takes
impossible.
4 to play. It takes 4 to play. That's my rule.
Yeah.
It just seems fair,
You know what? Having 3 is fine because that means the likelihood that I actually get to kill the players is higher.
This is
I
true.
don't know
This is true.
that that's the spirit of a DM. It usually happens.
The Saturday game, there's like 4 NPCs on the table too. It's like 5 players and 4 NPCs.
Oh yeah, we've got a
9 of
bird, an owl. What is Group? He's a
goblin.
So there's this goblin that my character has, and all he does, he sounds like Peter Lorre, Master. Oh, and then he follows me around, and then anytime any monster shows up, he passes out. That's his role in the. He just goes unconscious.
Each
Yeah.
of your characters has like a pet. Is that what I'm hearing?
I have a
Pretty
bird
much.
and this group that follows me around. He attached himself to me somewhere. And then Matakuri has an owl, Al Pacino.
Why don't you target them? Just target the pets and just get rid of them.
No, because then you can bring them back. It's like a steel defender.
If you ever ran Lost Mines of Fandelver, Droop is in the game. He's part of the Cragmaw Castle. He's in there.
Last campaign, Drake killed 3 of my characters and 2 of Rob's, Diablo Bob's.
Yeah.
Says.
Yeah, I've been
Wait,
killed.
I killed.
That's
I'm
cruel.
sorry. It was NPCs that killed you. I was just running them. Okay, so
You were just the DM.
It's what my character would do.
My character would die. Yeah, that's right.
It's funnier. That line is way funnier coming from the DM.
Yeah, it's like right. It's what my character would do. It's like it's that joke where I love it when a woman. Do you have any children? And a woman said, "I don't know."
What?
I don't know. I blew it. Everybody.
Wait, I don't have it.
How did he not know?
Exactly. Well, that's the joke. That's the joke.
So, Bryce, are you running Sirenscape?
Of course.
Nice.
Of
Sirenscape.
course.
That's Doug has said he wants to. It's way down the list of priorities, but he wants to incorporate that into the thing.
Well, I mean, all he's got to do is just ask, and it could probably an extension could just get changed into the software.
Yeah, and sometimes he doesn't have to ask; he can just do it.
Yeah.
I don't recall anybody ever asking about skip turn. They just put it in there, and we delisted it. It's not for sale
Skip
anymore.
turn was pretty new too to the world.
Well, it's also something that should have been in there since like 1987, but There's a lot of people still get mad about the coatings that I sell. Like, well, this should be part of it, but eventually it will one day. I'll be out of business. It'll all evaporate in front of my eyes.
No, because I can guarantee you will always find something that isn't there.
That's what's great about Fantasy Grounds is they let you manipulate it like that. Make your own extensions.
That is what I like
the
about it.
game
I really
to
like
suit
being
your
able
needs,
to
right?
to add extensions and community-made stuff. You can't do that with other VTTs.
Right, and most programs that are out there for people, not just in the gaming world, but most like open software. This isn't necessarily open software, but you can mod it.
Yeah.
And most things that have that ability for our community, that's what really excels, and people get really excited.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the whole reason the Forge exists now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, don't get me started.
Well, and the other reason, but we're not going to talk about the other reason.
Yeah, WotC. Well, yeah.
Forge, we're not going to talk about that reason. I was just talking about the more...
we can thank Foundry VTT for the existence of the Forge.
Yeah.
And that, I can work you back through 6 levels of Kevin Bacon to tell you how I come up with that. If you want to PM
No, I know exactly how you came up with it.
Oh, I know you do, but some people listening might not be. But if anybody wants to know, just PM me in Discord. I'll explain it to you. I'll get online.
I have a question for you, Rob.
What?
This is coming to you as completely like my own, not associated with Smiteworks.
Okay.
Do you ever, while streaming, have that one person that comes into your show and says, you should use Foundry VTT. It's way better.
Not specifically, but yes, those people exist.
Because it hasn't happened to me in forever, thankfully. Hopefully never again now that I'm streaming it on the Fantasy Grounds channel. But for a while, like every week, I would have one random person, and it was a different person every time, who would come in and say, you should be using Foundry.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to.
Roll20. Everyone will say, why don't you play on Roll20?
Yeah, Roll20
at least
is
that one makes sense to me because that is the most popular one. But, like, the Foundry fans, they are so diehard.
What if it's not even Foundry fans? What if it's like
WotC,
spies, associates coming in, just like planting ideas into the stream, like, ooh, Foundry.
Diablo Pop, mainly it's been our other one. R-other one.
Yeah. I've never been asked about that one, but I constantly get, or used to get, you should use Foundry. That's what we use.
Yeah.
Because you're on the D&D channel, If you're in the Fantasy Grounds, I'm going to say that to you.
That's true.
The other thing is, a lot of people.
And no one said it to me because I don't have any followers. So go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
A lot of people who poo-poo Fantasy Grounds have never used Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, that's been my experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every time I've forced someone I know to sit down and use Fantasy Grounds, afterwards they're like, I can't go back.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Once you're in, we got you.
I'm not saying I wasn't not saying it was bad. I'm just saying I always get someone who asks me.
Boffer's like, man, I have Foundry. It's not bad. I can't. So the very first VTT I ever came across was Roll20, and then I tried to make a character, and fucking 17 hours later, I'm like, I don't like this. And then I found Fantasy Grounds, and that was it. It was over. But what got me into Fantasy Grounds was I got really excited. I had a liver transplant, and then I was sitting at home thinking, what am I going to do with my life? And I found Fantasy Grounds, and I downloaded the program, paid for the license, and purchased every WotC book, which at the time was only like the Player's Handbook, Horde of the Dragon Queen, whatever. But it was like $300 worth of stuff. And the next day, it all went on sale for 50% off. And I was like, fuck me. So I sent Doug an email, and I said, hey, I just came on board, and, I just bought everything, and I'm super excited, but the next day it was all half off, and can you help me? And he goes, well, because of commission structure, I can't discount it for you. And I said, but here's what I will do. I'll refund your entire order, and then you can just repurchase it at the discount. And when he did that, I was like, I'm devoted to him forever. Like, there's, and he did that on
not to pat myself on the back, but SmiteWorks customer support is pretty good.
Yeah, it is good, and
the refund policy is ridiculous too.
Yeah.
That is something I do get is people assume I'm part of SmiteWorks, and I get questioned like, "Hey, I need help," and I'm like, I don't work there." Like,
email support.
Yeah, go to the support.fantasygrounds.com and you get a whole.
I only had to use the support guys one time, and all the stuff I've ever done in Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I've never had to use it actually.
And it was the art package didn't get put on my thing properly or something. When the subscription.
Yeah.
Dave fixed it up though.
All right, let's end this charade. Well, it's not a charade, but that's a phrase. I just got it. It just came into my head. I don't know why I said it. Anyways, everybody, I want to thank Bryce Loves Gaming for dropping by the show at literally a moment's notice. He's the only person I've ever said, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" And he's like, "Okay, I guess I can come on." So
I mean, that's basically what I was doing all day. I was trying to find someone to run a Pathfinder one shot.
I did. I saw your tweet about that, and as soon as I saw the word Pathfinder, I set my phone down and backed away.
Yeah.
So because I couldn't Pathfinder, I don't know how to do it. So good. So thanks everybody for watching. Congrats to the prize winners. So I guess next week we'll come back and do the Inanimate Manager, and then the following week we'll look at whatever it was I wrote down that I've forgot already.
Level Up.
Oh yeah. No, not Level Up. Oh yeah, Level Up. Right. I guess I'm gonna end up buying that if we're gonna look at it. So, oh Christ. There goes $60.
We'll talk after the show.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm not gonna do my normal thing.
No,
everybody.
no, all Druid party.
No, I'll do try. Thanks again to Bryce Lives.
All Moon Druids.
Thanks again, everybody, thanks to Bryce Loves Gaming for coming on the show, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. What's left of it, everybody, and good gaming, everyone.